Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Daily News Editorial. In this channel, we regularly cover editorial page section of newspapers. In today's video, I will be covering the Hindu newspaper editorial article dated 4th of August, that's today. So let's begin. Providing horizontal quota the Bihar way. The case for reservations for women and transgender persons in state jobs and higher education. The Bihar government recently announced 33% horizontal reservation for women in state engineering and medical colleges, while reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, other backward castes, and economically weaker sections is referred to as vertical reservation. Horizontal reservation refers to the equal opportunity provided to other categories of beneficiaries, such as women, veterans, and transgender community, and individuals with disabilities, cutting through the vertical categories. Bihar at present has 60% reservation in state higher education institution along the six vertical categories SC, ST, EWS, and so on. The newly announced reservation for women in engineering and medical seats will not be in addition to this. It will instead be distributed across all the vertical categories, including the non reserved 40% seats open to all. For example, if an engineering college has 100 reserved seats for STs, 33 of those seats will have to be filled with ST women. Article 15.3 of the Constitution allow government to make special provisions for women and children dropping out of the workforce. This initiative should be welcomed and adopted across sectors, departments, and states, given that India's female labor force participation rate is consistently declining and is worryingly low. World Bank data show that the FLFP, female labor force participation, came down to 21% in 2019 to 13.79% in 2005. As per the Bihar Economic Survey 2019-20, the state's FLFP rate was abysmal compared to all India average. Only 6.4% and 3.9% women were employed in the urban and rural areas of Bihar compared to the all India figures of 20% and 24% respectively. The FLFP rate needs to be treated cautiously, though, as it doesn't take into account unpaid work, majorly performed by women, or the role played by social barriers like caste in blocking employment opportunities for women, like owning a shop. Patriarchal control of women and symmetric gender discrimination cannot be defeated by government intervention alone. State welfare schemes can go a long way in challenging them. The Bihar government needs to work towards reducing the female and male school dropout rate and ensuring quality education at the primary and secondary level. In addition, initiatives like reservation of seats, when implemented properly, could become an important driver for improving the FLFP. Improving representation. In the last 3 decades, India has implemented various initiatives to empower women and improve their representation in various fields. When Lalu Prasad was the chief minister in Bihar in 1992, Bihar had announced 2 consecutive days of menstrual leave for women employees in government services. In 2006, when Nitish Kumar, Bihar became the first state to reserve 50% seats for women in Panchayati Raj institutions, even through the 73rd and 74th Amendments to the Constitution, which came into force in 1993, mandated only one third seats for them. This was later imitated by several other states such as Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Chhattisgarh. In 2013, the Bihar government made a provision for 50% reservation for women in cooperative societies and reserved 30% seats for them in police recruitment. The second initiative led to a swift jump in the number of women officers in the police department to 23% in 2020, more than double the national average of 10% from 3% in 2015. In 2006, in 2016, the government extended the 35% reservation for women to all government jobs in Bihar, for which direct recruitment is made. In 2006, a scheme called Mukhyamantri Balika Cycle Yojana was launched for class 9 and 10 girl students. This was India's first scaled up conditional cash transfer program for secondary education for girls. The enrollment for girl students went up after this scheme. The Bihar government also provided 50,000 rupees in installments to girl students to support their studies and other needs till graduation under the Mukhyamantri Kanya Utthan Yojana. This is an incentive based scheme to encourage girls to complete education and delay marriage. According to the National Family Health Survey 5, the state's literacy rate among girl children rose to 61.1% in 2019-20 from 56.9% in 2015-16. More jobs for women. While Bihar government has taken some laudable steps for the empowerment of women, the low female literacy rate and FLFP rate are of concern. One of the important factors for the low FLFP rate is the lack of employment opportunities for women after matriculation and graduation. The India Human Development Survey 2 found that women with low levels of education and from rural areas are relatively more active in labor market compared to women with middle or high, high school education. Therefore, Bihar government needs to ensure that women don't fall out of the labor market as they become more educationally qualified. One way this can be done is by filling up pending vacancies in health sector, police force, teaching and other government departments as at least 35% of these posts will go to women. The government should also do away with hiring workers on contract and make all the current contractual workers permanent. Evidence points out that increasing women's participation in the workforce to the level of man boosts the economy. In light of this, it is important for the government to make more and more jobs available for women. The Bihar government should also extend the engineering and medical quota for women to all institutions of higher education, including private colleges and universities. Further, the quota allotted to them can be increased to 40 to 45%, if not 50%, and the category can be renamed as women and transgender persons. Other state governments and union government should follow the Bihar government's lead and introduce horizontal quota for women, and in addition for transgender persons in higher educational institutions as well as state employment, as these measures will go a long way in reducing gender disparity in the country. Aditi Priya is a senior research associate at LEAD at Kera University and is also with Bahujan Economist Group. Tejas Harad is a social and political commentator. That's end of the article. If you like my video, please subscribe, like and comment.